about SEMrush topic research tool. The topic research tool it gives us the ability to research specific topics for our specific clients. So here's what we can see is we have some of our clients are going to get a certain number of articles per month, and we want those articles created within a specific theme or direction. So Delmar Builders gets 7 articles a month, Alex Mendoza is going to get 10, All City Adjusting gets 10, Dental Arts of Huntley will get 10. And what we want to do is we want to be able to post these articles in a really constructive and easy way to understand. So for instance, here we have article 1, we have a format. So we have our copywriting HTML formatting. We have our supporting documentation, which gets from SEMrush. So let's look at our copywriting HTML formatting first. So under the copywriting HTML formatting, each of our pages has a table. So a table is written in HTML as an unordered list. An unordered list will look something like this. If we use All City Adjusting, for instance, as one of our support documents, and we click on one of the articles, what we are going to notice is at the very top of the page, and maybe not on this page because we haven't started, this salvageable versus non-salvageable property. Right here you can see we have a list, and as you click down to each section, it scrolls you down to that section, and so that unordered list is featured here. So what you do is you take and place your content, so this would be the title of the page, into the first one. This is your first header, and you can see it has a hashtag and a 1, and that hashtag and a 1 corresponds to an ID attached to a header, and that's your header 1, and then this is where your content goes. So you're going to actually you're going to use this copywriting outline for all of your articles. So you'll copy this, make a new article, and this is where you write the finished completed draft. So that has been provided to you underneath this article. The supporting documentation for each article includes a host of resources. So supporting documentation is created using the SEMrush tool. It provides a title to the page. It tells you what the optimal length of the title should be. Add at least one targeted keyword in your title tag. Don't use the targeted keyword more than one time, damage restoration or fire restoration. Optimal meta tag length is 160 characters. Add all your targeted keywords, at least make sure they're all in there at least once. Enrich your text with the following semantically related keywords, and what this tells us is that we need to utilize these keywords in the article. We need to focus on creative, more informative content, so we need to focus on an informative tone, and we need to make sure that we're recommending our recommended length is about 688. This report also provides an analysis of the top 10 ranking rivals in the marketplace so that we can better position ourselves and do the market research needed within the market. Below the competitive research analysis for each of the keywords, we then have their documents directly on here, so you can see the document here. It copies all of the articles and pages for you. It takes the page, it copies all the content, so you can actually read what the other people are doing on the marketplace. So let me show you how to create this document and how to create a new article. So here under Delmar Builders, we need 7 articles for the month. We've currently worked on fire damage restoration, a complete guide, best fire damage restoration service, house fire claim tips, fire and water damage restoration services, commercial and residential. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into SEMrush. I'm going to come to the content marketing under SEO writing analysis, under topic research, and I'm going to click on topic research. You can see here I've already created a section for fire restoration, so I'm going to click that. And from fire restoration, I'm going to get the topics that came up for me. As you can see, we have fire restoration services gets about 1,300 views nationally. Damage restoration services get approximately 2,900. Structural damage get about 720. And fire restoration companies near me get about 320, but that's nationally. So, insurance companies, Paul Davis, fire damage removal, local pro specialist could be an article that we write. So let's take a look. This article is it requires 441 backlinks in order for us to generate any local interest. 150 for this page, fire and damage restoration contractors, and buy fire and restoration contractor insurance, best fire damage restoration service, 51 backlinks. You'll see that this page appears multiple times for multiple articles. So they basically want one article, but they included enough of the keywords and got enough backlinks that they're ranking pretty well nationally across the board for that one article. So what we want to do is write several articles that are very similar that allow us to capitalize on this potential growth. So things like roof tarping, right? Roof tarp and board up service. This is a great article that we should write, How to identify the importance of an emergency roof tarping. I think that is a more important article that we should be writing. So why is that? Because, people need to know about roof tarping, and then as they learn about roof tarping, what can they do? So this 74 backlinks, that's reasonable, and we can be national for that and get really good. I think we can do 74 backlinks on the site. I think that's totally doable over the next year. So we can maybe you'll pick up some low-hanging fruit for this too. So then the next thing we want to do is, how much does it cost to put roof on the house? Can I deal with the fire restoration work myself? The answer is no, obviously, for our client. How do you attach a tarp to a leaking roof? Okay, that's sort of like a self-help. We're not dealing with that. What happens in the course of fire damage restoration? Is fire damage restoration worth it? How to file a fire damage restoration claim? Can Flex Seal be used on roof leaks? The answer is no. What are roof leak repair services? What some other options are there? Is roof tarping waterproof? Another good question. What should I prioritize first, roof repair or fungination? Ooh. All right, because water got into the attic. How long does it take for water damage restoration? So that means they're already working with the restoration company. What is a typical roof overhang? That's not relevant. What are the 3 common categories of water damage? That's an important question. What things do you need to know regarding slate roofs? Oh, slate roofs. It could be a good thing if you have a slate. How do you put on a new roof? No. Can a house be lived in after a fire? The answer is no. How to reduce rain noise on a metal roof outside? That's not what we're dealing with for emergency tarping. How long does it take to install a new slate roof? That has nothing to do with emergency tarping. What is the best advice for a leaky basement? That has nothing to do. How do you fix a leaky roof? Basically, same question as above. Can water damage foundation of a house? The answer is yes. Is it possible to get a fire hose installed in my house? How hard would it be to replace your own roof? Very difficult. Get a professional. How long does the roof cleaning process take? How long does it take to remove shingles from a roof? Is it safe to sleep in a house after a small fire? Probably not, especially if they sprayed chemicals. What happens to a soft, and typically what happens is you need emergency roof repair from a storm or from storm damage or from fire damage. So thinking through the kind of catastrophes that may happen and trying to address the key questions and concerns based on the customer's perspective is going to be key. So in this case, the customer probably had a storm, the roof blew off, they need emergency tarping services, they need it immediately, and they're trying to find out what the best roof tarping company is and whether they can do it themselves and is it safe and who should they call. And so we want to address those questions, and then we want to move them into our website. What's the easiest way to clean branches of debris off the roof? Okay, so hiring a proper tree removal company, especially if they're very large, they need to be cut off. What is the most common type of roof to develop a leak? Well, clearly after a storm or a fire. Does silicone roofing coating stop leaks? What is the best to install a new roof? What is a bridge and a roof? What are the advantages of having a thatched roof? How do you prevent draft backfire into the home? Is roofing hard to learn? Are roofing jobs really hard? So you just keep going through it. Well, can a roofing tar in my driveway? Well, of course. What is done first? Ceiling or roof work? Well, roof work first, because if it rains again, then the ceiling is going to cause issues. So how hard does hail have to hit a car roof to cause damage? That has nothing to do with emergency tarping. How long should a roof take? Why do firefighters use sand instead of water? How do I decide whether or not to repair or replace my roof? Well, if it's fire and there's major debris in entry areas, you could say after a fire. What is the property damage insurance claim process? Maybe give them a quick little claim. And what are some of the tips for building roofs? Conifers or bonfires, damage and mold in the roof. Yep. All right, so now we have this article, right? So now that we have this article, for roof and tarping, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it twice. I'm going to click and view report. Once I view report, I'm going to scroll down till I find my article. Once I find my article, here it is, roof tarping. I'm now going to create SEO template. So once I got here, I'm going to create template, and what it's going to do is it's going to create the analysis for me. So I'm going to come over here to our Google Sheets, to our docs, while that is going, and while that is generating my templates, as you can see here. And this is going to be for roof tarping, so emergency roof tarping. And they gave us a recommended article. So I'm going to order. So here we have, we're going to export this to a doc. So we're exporting this content. Here we go. We've opened it now. We're going to Command A on a Mac, and then Control A on a PC. Command C for copy. Control for copy, and we're going to copy that article over to here. Now clearly, this we have fire restoration, and so our article, we want to call it fire restoration and emergency roof tarping. And so once that's done, what we want to do is we want to copy that link. We want to share it with our copywriter. In this case, we're working with Michael Wright, and we're working with Peter. So we're working with Michael Wright. And I think Peter is... Okay, so anyways, you'll add your shared icons in here. So we'll just focus on Mike right now. And you're going to say Article 5, Emergency Tarping, Fire Restoration. So Michael's going to get that article. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that link. I'm going to duplicate this tab, and I believe you can... I think we can just do this. We just add a card. Article 4, Article 5. We want to give him the article title. So the article title that we want to compete with was given to us under topic review. So we'll go back to the topic review for fire restoration, and we're going to go to the bottom, and we're going to look at our article, and we wanted to check, that was for deep cleaning. And this one is for roof tarping, and the article that we want to do is emergency roof tarping and board up services. So that's the article we want to focus on. We'll want to copy this section because it's a section we already have. We'll want to make sure that so we want 600 to 1,000 words. Remember, there is a recommendation that is always given to the user right here. So 763 words is recommended by the article, by the company. So a minimum of 763. We know this article, the page title, what it's going to be. So we're going to copy this here. Make sure the page title's in there. For some warning about documentation, we're going to get our link from the article that we published. Make sure to add everybody on this link that needs to be on the link, or they're not going to have access to it. Okay, now that that's done, you build a checklist. So there's two checklists we need to build. One is our headers, right? So one is going to be our checklist for our headers that he's going to need, and another checklist is going to be for words. So let's go into here, take a look at the article. So right here we see these are what we call semantically related keywords. So we're going to do semantically related keywords. We're going to add that. We're going to come underneath here, and we're going to add those keywords into here. So those are the keywords he needs to use. And then we're going to come into here underneath our topic research. Okay, for that particular article, and we're going to copy these headers. So these are like the main questions that were asked, that are being asked around this topic, and we want to add those in there. The next thing we want to do is we want to add our members, Peter and Michael. They're going to be in charge of this board, and we want to add a date when this article needs to be completed, and this article needs to be completed by next Monday. Okay, so that's how we're going to do our articles. So what I need you to do is I'm going to give you a login, and once you get your login, you're going to be working on topic research for each of our clients. Delmar needs 7 articles a month, so you'll do the articles. You'll do the articles for June. So we want these articles done, completion date, right? We want this done by June 6th. And then, so these are articles for June. So we want to make sure we get our June articles in there. And then we'll do the same thing for Mendoza Law. You can see these are articles. So this is another way to do them, where you add, this is an article for car accidents. These are the questions. Bicycle accidents, these are the key questions. And then what we need to do is now we need to create all of the topic research. So we need to get the topic research documents done by using the topic research tool. And so that's how we get the topic research documents for each of these, so our clients know what our people know what they need to be writing. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. So car accidents needs our topic research, bicycle accident needs its topic research, personal injury, motorcycle lawyer, spinal injury, and brain injury all need to have their topic research articles posted into here as links, so that our team members know what they're writing. And this is Peter is going to be writing these articles. All right. This is not done. All right. Let me know if you have any questions.